Chapter 17 takes place in the Ice Tribe village and comes much later than its counterpart in Conquest. It's a route map where the only enemy on the field at the beginning is Flora. The rest of the enemies come from visiting all of the houses except for the one up top, where you get ambushed, as well as a ton of enemy reinforcements spawning the moment you cross the middle section of the map. While it is possible to kill Flora without spawning any of the enemies, I won't be doing that. For starters, I'd need to farm for a crit, and second, I'd lose out on way too many support points and experience. There's one main support goal that I want to get done on this map, and that's finishing Sakura and Hana's support chain. Otherwise, this map is extremely straightforward, so let's just get started. Korin visits the first house to spawn the first wave of enemies. Just like the villager said, we're completely surrounded. The only threatening enemies on this map though are the promoted ones, so there's really only two enemies that are considered scary.
Let's finish this.
Kagero gets to work on the first one by chipping the sorcerer down to low health. Takumi is now able to come for the kill with his newly bought dual Yumi and obtain a free Master Seal.
That was easy.
Takumi's already promoted, so Orochi goes ahead and takes the Master Seal away to use for herself later. Kaden, Jakob, and Azura also follow down the western path. Jakob primarily serves as a means to heal Kagero in case she got hit from her attack at the start, but he's also here to serve as bait. More on that later. Setsuna takes care of the fighter by attacking with Hinoka.
Okay, let's go. I'll show you. Victory, victory.
It's very important that Hinoka moves away now before Sakura fights the mercenary. She uses this opportunity to take down the biggest threat to herself, the outlaw. This is so she doesn't apply her personal aura to Sakura, making it so that if all of her attacks were to hit, the mercenary would still live on 1 HP. Also, to cut down some time on the video, I've decided that I will have animations off for some, but not all of the more unimportant battles. I'm sure no one cares about seeing Korin kill an unpromoted fighter in one hit on player phase and not gaining experience for it.
This battle is mine. Okay.
These last three fighters are conveniently positioned to where if I put Sophie under the bottom left side of the iceberg near Hinoka, only one of these three enemies will still be able to attack her. Jakob serves as bait for the Berserker to lure it down there, so the one that will attack Sophie is the fighter on the Berserker's right. The one at the bottom has some variability. If Sophie is damaged and Kagero and Jakob aren't, it will go to the right. If Sophie isn't damaged and the other two are, then it will guarantee to go south, and if they're all damaged, it seems to be a 50-50 on whether it will go east or south. We need it to go south.
Fine execution.
We got this handled. Yeah, I'm coming. No mercy. Die already. Yes. My boat is yours. I'm here too.
I apologize.
Even if Takumi didn't crit the Berserker, Orochi would still be able to one-shot. The crit was just for extra flair.
All in the cards.
After moving Takumi and Kagero up, Jacob heals Kagero and then gets refreshed to do some extra fighting with Azura. After that, Kaden is free to kill it.
We won't lose.
Well, how irksome. I got your back, buddy. You'll be all right.
Let's have that.
Hinoka visits the house up top to spawn the second wave of enemies. The reason why Sophie's positioning was so convenient is because thanks to Asugi not blocking the tile that the fighter's on, Setsuna is free to kill the fighter without having to move at all.
Try our hardest. I can do it. Phew. I'm happy.
Sakura and Hana kill the other two enemies over here.
It's done. Wow, intimidating.
We've got company. I'm here too.
So fast.
Sophie takes this time to heal herself. Asugi will go next to her to lure the fighter and the Killing Edge mercenary towards them. Unfortunately, in this clear, he does have to dodge at least one attack. If he hadn't, I would have had to reset to give him a defense and resistance tonic.
It's my duty to help. Victory is sweet.
Hinoka once again kills an outlaw to reach level 20.
A good effort. What?
Sakura and Hana work together to kill the remaining mercenary on the field.
We're all right. I'm going to use the punch. Phew.
This maneuver to get Setsuna to Hinoka is primarily to fix a preparations error, though I really enjoyed the positioning that it gave me, so I decided to just keep it in.
Don't overdo it.
Are you ready for this?
Just desserts. Sugar rush.
Orochi pairs up with Kaden in order to start heading north, where they'll start helping out the group up there.
Trust me. This is what we've trained
My bow
for.
is yours. You may rely on me.
Now that this entire side is clear of enemies, it's time to finally use the dragon vein that Takumi's been standing on for the past few turns and move forwards. The moment Kagero crosses this lake, she's going to trigger enemies that go across the entire map. I waited so long to spawn them, as holding off allows me to get into a position where I don't have to deal with awful random enemy movement. If I have an option to remove enemy movement from the equation, it's likely that I'll try to go ahead and do it. Staying with the southern group, Jacob chips the sorcerer, and then gets refreshed by Azura to kill it.
Let's go. Oh,
Be careful.
we won't lose.
No surprise there.
At the top, I have Korin kill the maid that spawned adjacent to Hana after she equips the dual katana.
All right, here we go.
I believe in you.
I'm with
I did it!
Now that Hana's not needed there, she goes up to kill the outlaw that's at the top of the map.
Okay.
Because the maid is adjacent to Hana when she killed the outlaw, she takes a little over exactly enough damage needed for Sakura to one-round the maid. Convenient.
I can do this.
Orochi clears out the mercenary to let Kaden get through later.
Very kind of you.
Before Kaden does that though, I'm going to have Hinoka promote. Of course, it should be obvious by now what she's going to promote into. She's been building support with Setsuna this whole time, and I've even said myself that she's already promoting into Kenshi to get the archer skills. So that's exactly what she does. Asugi kills the sorcerer nearby. This is why he had to dodge an attack earlier, because if he got hit by this one, he wouldn't survive. Alternatively, he could dodge this one, but that's a lot scarier. Kaden, Setsuna, and Sophie all clean up the remaining unpromoted enemies.
I can support you. Help is Thanks. How will we do this? I'll back you up. Here I go. Impressive.
Asugi moves under the tile that I want to have Setsuna kill the outlaw on. Here, if he was too low on health, he would use a vulnerary, but he doesn't need it here.
We can win this one.
I'm the girl to your chocolate. Bitter for you.
Wow, nice. Everything will be all right.
Before moving Hinoka to chip the maid, I decide to have Sakura and Hana get closer to the army first. It's a bit easier to know what tiles they should be on when I can see my other units as reference points. I don't want Setsuna to crit here.
Now's my chance.
Sophie now goes below the maid and makes sure to specifically kill with the iron sword. This is to make sure that the other maid that she's in range of will attack her and not someone else.
When does it get easy?
The rest of my units up here just move around to get into better positioning for next turn.
Here I am.
Don't make me laugh.
We can do this, right?
Over here, the enemies aren't too threatening. Kagero makes quick work of the first fighter. Takumi goes above Azura to get refreshed, where he then kills another outlaw.
Nothing. Allow me. See? I win.
Now Jacob kills the last one with Takumi's dual strike. Getting damaged here doesn't matter. For fun, I wanted to see if I could get a crit out of one of them.
Keep it together. Oh, that's it. Many thanks. What now, genius? You have my support.
Kagero kills the last fighter down here.
My foe is yours.
Success.
For the next few turns, the southern group is completely done with their part of the map. I could make this go by a bit faster by having them move north to deal with the enemies near Flora, but that would be neglecting my other units at the top that also want more experience. Sophie attacks the maid that fought her on enemy phase. This will get the maid to low enough HP so Orochi can kill with the Calamity Gate. Where the maid attacks Sophie from is random, but no matter where she ends up, the end result with my positioning will always end up the same in a couple turns. I did play pretty slowly at this part though because I was trying to figure out if I did actually need to reset, because I had forgotten to actually check if the maid positioning ruined anything.
Interesting. Now you've upset me. As I expected. Well. At last. Be careful.
We're also now entering the most complex and difficult part of the run to pull off mechanically. Asugi goes to the left of Sophie and takes the Kodachi.
Do something.
Kaden now goes to the left of Asugi and takes the Kodachi. Hinoka now goes to the left of Kaden and takes the Kodachi. And finally, Korin goes directly above Hinoka, then takes the Kodachi. I know, insane play by me. I'm so sorry if that was too hard to keep up with. I won't do it again, I promise. Setsuna visits the one house that actually gives us something pretty good instead of more enemies.
Help me. Everything will be all right.
Kaden goes below the mercenary to kill it and get a level up for his own.
Right? Problem solved.
Now Orochi is able to go above Kaden and kill the maid with the Calamity Gate, just like last turn.
All in the cards.
Sakura goes between Hinoka and Asugi, then heals Sophie. After that, Sophie goes south with Asugi to get into position for 2 turns from now.
We've got company.
I can do this.
Hana pairs up with Korin to go in range of the last maid near Flora, who will die on the next player phase. To distract the sorcerer from Hana, Hinoka goes in range of the sorcerer through the edge of its range, but outside of the maid's range.
Have at it.
This will be enjoyable.
We need each other.
You may rely on me.
Let's go. Need a hand?
Oh, are we fighting? Such a pest.
Much like last turn, the 2 units that will get the remaining kills up here are Kaden and Orochi. This will get Orochi to level 20, and she'll be able to promote next turn.
My turn. I'm handsome and strong.
Oh, what fun!
You and I, let's play.
How impressive!
Setsuna and Hinoka also go south to help with the southern squad for when Jacob visits the house finally. Basically this entire turn is spent on positioning, and Korin will kill the last mercenary on enemy phase. Before doing that I have him heal with the elixir that I got earlier in the map, but in hindsight I don't think that was actually necessary. Who cares? It probably won't have any major setbacks, it is birthright after all.
I believe in you. Guess I did it right.
Jacob finally is able to visit the house. This spawns a ton of enemies at the bottom, but I've luckily positioned all my units into good spots already. Kagero kills the first fighter in place.
I'm coming with you. I hate to do this.
Setsuna weakens the Berserker next to Hinoka, then Hinoka will kill with the dual Naginata. As for why I'm not taking the brass Yumi, I think I just forgot that I didn't need it anymore on Hinoka. Oh well, never punished, I guess?
I'm hacked. Stay focused. As it should be.
Asugi kills the last fighter on the right while standing in place.
Come on! And let me get a shot!
My bow.
Takumi goes on Jacob's left, where he will kill the fighter, get refreshed, and then kill the Berserker. This will put Azura in range of one hand axe fighter, but it luckily only does 18 damage to Azura, and she has 19 HP.
No mercy!
Sakura goes to Hana's right and heals her. Then she goes down to dual strike with Korin, who wants to kill the maid.
Let's try our hardest. I'm here for you.
We won't give up.
This isn't me pausing inputs to try and say something here. I was actually hesitating on attacking this maid. Don't know what was going on with me.
All right. You'll be all right.
Sophie body blocks for Korin so he doesn't take another hit on enemy phase.
Don't make me laugh.
It's now time for Orochi to promote. Between the two, I would almost always recommend Beisara if you plan on reclassing Orochi again. It has more luck, it has more skill, it has more bulk. But what it lacks is staves. I'm about to get into a weird situation where a lot of my healers are going to be more combat focused, so I think going Omioji is a better option. Orochi likely won't be a team mainstay, so in the end it doesn't matter too much, and the immediate utility is a lot more valuable.
Interesting.
Whoa.
You have my support.
We're not alone.
Jakob and Takumi finish off the final two fighters here. After that, I can move on to the final house.
I'll back you up. Die already!
Orochi visits the house as she's no longer needed for this clear. Kaden unequips his weapon, and Setsuna weakens the Berserker. This is to prevent Kaden from getting a crit and stealing the kill from Sakura, who wants to reach level 5 before this map is over.
I got your back, buddy!
Be careful.
Kagero moves up to 1 round yet another unpromoted fighter.
No contest.
Kaden moves under this fighter and kills him. This isn't as dangerous as it looks.
Beautiful, just like me.
Hana goes above Kaden, and then Korin will go to the left of Hana and will kill the Dark Mage that's close to the Ragnarok Sorcerer.
I'll protect you. How'd you do that?
Azura pairs up with Hinoka to refresh her and get Korin healed.
Everything will be all right. Let's try our hardest.
What now, genius?
Sophie goes up the left side of the house to kill the Dark Mage that has lightning. Since everyone is healthy, the sorcerer just attacks Korin at close range.
Let's try
Asugi kills the mercenary that fought Takumi at the bottom.
I'm coming with you. Let me get a shot.
After taking the Kodachi, Hana weakens the sorcerer so Sakura can get another massive kill.
I believe. We're not done yet.
Unfortunately, Sakura does have to hit an 87%, but she still does have 2 chances, along with a chance for Korin to crit.
You'll be all right.
Please forgive us.
Korin now weakens Flora, as he's one of my best units that can deal damage to her. This gets her to low enough HP that any dual strike will clean up.
Why?
Brace for a chill. You leave me no choice. I won't let you get hurt. Don't come any closer.
For accuracy purposes, Takumi and Kaden are going next to the spots that I want to have Sakura take the final shot on. However, Takumi's dual strike is so good that he can clean up even if Sakura misses.
We need each other. You have my support. We stand together. Let's try our hardest.
To double check, I have in fact killed every enemy on the map, and the experience works out to where Sakura will get level 5 after killing Flora.
No mercy. I'll help you.
I can't.
That map was really straightforward, but if you thought that was easy, just wait until you see what goes down on the next map. See you then.